The East region of Afghanistan has finally been implemented in DCS World. With 10 new airfields, new large cities, and amazing improvements to the entire map, the East is now open for exploration, with higher quality textures and an extra touch that expands to the Arabian Sea for carrier operations. In this video, we will take a look at the main points of interest in the East region, checking the quality around the airfields, cities, and towns, from in and outside of the cockpit of our favorite DCS modules. So join us for another journey in the virtual skies of Afghanistan, only here at How I Play. This video is sponsored by Next Level Racing. Get their products using our discount link. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti and welcome to another Afghanistan showcase video, this time for the recent added East side. Yes, this has been a long-awaited update to Afghanistan, not only because of the new region being represented, but also for the much-needed improvements to the ground mesh. If you remember from our previous showcase of Southwest Afghanistan, the map needed several new passes for textures and terrain detail. Buildings and assets were already decent, but even so, everything got a much-needed quality touch, and with this new recent update, Afghanistan comes back to life, and we are happy to give it a fair look and see what's new. Now I must say this showcase took a longer time to publish, due to a longer recovery after my last show on the real stage here in my country. My voice wasn't yet ready to record these lines, so it took a bit longer. But I feel better now and ready to get back to our normal coverage. East Afghanistan brings a more precise terrain mesh. It's clearly visible when flying above the mountains, valleys, and open areas. Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan, spreads widely across the map with the international airport surrounded by mountain peaks. It is a very scenic place, and to give it a proper feel, I searched for satellite images on Google Earth dating from 2019 to place a few airplanes and helicopters close to what was present back then. You will find that most, if not all, airfields on the map have a more detailed terrain than before. The grassy brush and taxiways are now more precise, and long gone are the barren transitions from a tarmac to a dark texture mesh on the ground. This is important, as the airfields are the closest thing we see when we first spawn on the map, and the detail there will dictate the entire mood of the map for most users out there. Points of interest are present on the map, but not all of them. Some are missing for the time being, but it's nice to see here and there a few of the structures that people who actually have been in Afghanistan would recognize. Yet again, we must understand that this is a digital combat simulator that is made for flight operations, and most users are not searching for a tourist experience. Moving north to the well-known Bagram Airbase, here is where many users will have their start and base of operations. ED of course knew this and made sure the airbase is as detailed as it can be, with more improvements coming up in the future. Here you will find detailed hangars, parking spots, all screaming for that C-130 from ASC. Soon, TM. The base is filled with more detailed assets scattered along the area. The Chinook, Viper, Apache, and many other modules are right at home here. But the mountains are calling, with plenty of content to keep us busy for a very long time. Another interesting helicopter base is at Jalalabad, very detailed around the runway with grass and bushes. All in all, the region has been transformed, as showcased in the official DCS trailer for East Afghanistan. As mentioned before, after multiple comments and requests, ED chose to open up the map to the Arabian Sea in order to make carrier operations for Afghanistan a possibility. This brings attention back to this map from our Navy groups out there. It's a very good choice, and despite the low textures areas that you will need to cross, most of the journey will be done at cruise level, and perfecting the air-to-air refueling, it's a must. The distance is not for the faint of heart. And now we will have to wait a while to see the north side of Afghanistan being added as well. The opinion between our friends here at How I Play is that we may see Iraq being updated first and then the north side of Afghanistan to be completed. But this is all in Edie's hands. But what do you think? Do you like the new look of ground textures for Afghanistan? Are you flying operations with your friends? Leave your comments down below. In my point of view, the map development for DCS is heading in a good direction, with all the advancements being made by Eagle Dynamics translating bit by bit to third-party developers, and hopefully seeing more improvements on the performance side as well. But of course, when speaking of early access, current tests can be irrelevant for the future state of a map, but are important to be documented as we move forward to see all the changes done to the regions we like to do our operations in. With Vulcan on track to be implemented and a possible release of the dynamic campaign this year or early 2026, there is one question that keeps on appearing in my mind. Will the dynamic campaign support all these regions when we get it in our hands? Why I ask this? Well, content-wise, all the new regions lack in out-of-the-box long-term operations. Apart from what a user can do in a mission editor, the need for content has never been so high before in DCS. We get all these beautiful new regions, but missions are lacking behind. This is at least how I see things right now in DCS. And so, Afghanistan is now one region away from a full completion, terrain-wise. The East Afghanistan on its own costs around $30. And as stated in the FAQ page on the official forums of DCS, the East and North regions will not receive an early access pricing like the Southwest one. It makes sense. As always, I linked all the important information in the video description, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Thank you all for watching. Many thanks to our Patreons for their continued support. Make sure to leave us a like if you find the video informative, and subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news from your favorite simulators and games. As always, I'm Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.